injury prevents manager Liam Brady from sending out a full-strength side. John Collins and Charlie Nicholas have recovered from the injuries which kept them out of the midweek Skol Cup tie against Wraith Rovers. And another major boost is the return after missing the last 3 matches of Tony Cascarino. The Republic of Ireland international has brought a new dimension to the Celtic attack, although he's still looking for his first competitive goal for his new club. Rangers manager Walter Smith has resisted the temptation to start with the Soviet internationals Kuznetsov and Mikhailichenko, although Mikhailichenko is on the bench. But he has brought back Mark Haitley after a 3-match absence at the expense of John Spencer, and Ian Ferguson's strength is preferred to Ian Durrant's craft in midfield. And this could be an ideal stage for the energetic, combative talents of Stuart McCall, who will have a key role in midfield, and this his 5th match for his new club after his £1.2 million transfer from Everton. And the referee this afternoon, Mr. Jim McCluskey from Stewarton, who's handling his 4th Old Firm match. 40 years old, it's his 8th season as a Grade 1 official, and he's been on the FIFA list for 5 years. A capacity 51,000 crowd inside the stadium, an extra 9,000 allowed yesterday by the police authorities in view of the safety regulations which were met by Celtic. 17 internationals on the pitch and 2 more on the Rangers bench, but even they couldn't fail to feel this incredible atmosphere. The first break of the match comes from the Celtic captain for the day, Charlie Nicholas, and he will certainly be determined to earn the first victory in Celtic colours against Rangers for 8 years. So one of the 3 Rangers players who haven't played an Old Firm match, Andy Gorham in goal, the other 2 being David Robertson and Stuart McCall. 2 newcomers to Old Firm football in the Celtic ranks, Gary Gillespie and Tony Cascarino. There's Haitley's header, Gillespie's first touch. The ball spinning away there for a throw, which is given to Rangers. Collins operating on the right side of the Celtic midfield once again. A good lead there by Gillespie against Haitley. That'll be a very interesting confrontation. Here's Johnston on the break, Gillespie challenging. Set up by Johnston for Houstra, and Derek White made the clearance. Goff forced to move very quickly indeed to hold off Cascarino. There's Nisbet, and now Stevens. Haitley's layoff, Spackman playing that into space for Ian Ferguson, who's opened up the match wide on the right side of the Rangers midfield. So Anton Rogan with a throw. These opening exchanges crucial, of course, to allow the sides to settle. Both teams determined to make no mistakes in defence, particularly in these opening minutes. Here's Nigel Spackman linking well with Johnston. That's good running by Spackman. Stopped in the end by John Collins. Good play from Gillespie. Stevens makes himself available on the right to take the pass from Goff. Here's McCall. Johnston again coming off his marker. Good covering there for Mark Haitley. He's had a very good start to the match in that role. Good lead by Robertson. The tackle came from Morris again. Cascarino trying to set that up for a supporting player behind. So a free kick has been given to Rangers while Peter Grant remains on the ground requiring treatment. Well, it's a very combative area, that, right in the middle of the field. Peter Grant, John Collins and Steve Fulton against Ian Ferguson, Nigel Spackman and Stuart McCall in the middle, and Houstra over on the left. So on the bench there, Archie Knox there to the right with the instructions. Rangers substitutes, Alexei Mikhailichenko and Ari McCoist. Bill Collins, the physio, in the middle. Peter Grant has gone off for some repair work. No suggestion, though, of a replacement at this stage. There's Spackman. Good positioning by Stevens, using the extra space allowed because of the absence of Grant. Gillespie clearly got a call there from Morris. Fulton. Rogan's in the clear, he has no support at the moment. Nisbet going across, still Rogan. And well tackled in the end by Stevens. That was fine full-back play there by Anton Rogan, but he was certainly short of support inside when he broke. Nicholas to Fulton. The tackle came from Nisbet. And crunching into a second tackle there. Charlie Nicholas in trouble. Fulton and Nisbet squaring up. The kind of flashpoint which it was hoped would be avoided. Nisbet going into two crunching tackles, neither of which upset referee McCluskey, who was right on the spot. Nicholas was the victim of the second, and Steve Fulton reacted very angrily indeed to Nisbet. So referee McCluskey is having a word with both players. Well, it's a stern lecture for the players. They appear to have calmed down, but here's how it all happened. There's Nisbet and Fulton locking antlers there in the middle of the field. So no question of an overreaction there by referee McCluskey. Handled that calmly. In the midst of all that, Peter Grant has returned to the play for Celtic. He's in the middle of the field with his left knee strapped up. Cascarino calling for the ball on the far side. On his better foot, the left. Trying to line up the shot. McCall read the danger. The pass from Grant was deflected. It's a throw to Celtic. Johnny Cascarino certainly wants to be involved in the proceedings, calling for the ball frequently from midfield, picking up good wide positions. He will be the target, I think, for this throw from Morris. Taking the ball on the ground. Here's Derek White, stepping away from Ferguson. Nicholas is brought down by Nisbet. A brilliant turn there by Charlie Nicholas. Completely beat Scott Nisbet, and the referee takes the view that Nisbet was beaten by skill here. There was nothing malicious in the challenge, he thinks. But it was a brilliant piece of play by Nicholas, and well, Nisbet, he considered himself a bit fortunate there. The referee taking no action. It was a clumsy challenge. So Nicholas is there, so is Steve Fulton. And John Collins. Could be taken by Nicholas. It's a fine effort by Nicholas. Excellent goalkeeping by Andy Gorham. He must have seen this very late indeed, and the Scotland goalkeeper getting across to his left very swiftly indeed as that was bending in at the corner. Well won by Cascarino, who's marking Haitley. Led in low by Robertson to Ferguson. There's Stevens, it's a great ball across. With a fine move now from Rangers. And the contribution to this build-up of Ian Ferguson was very significant indeed, as the ball was played across there from the left by David Robertson. Just look at the way Ian Ferguson helps this on, showing great awareness, and Stevens plays in a very good ball which catches Johnston just too deep. Robertson's gone ahead of him. Good understanding shown there, and once again Gillespie is in the way. Good header that by McCall. Look how quickly Peter Grant got to the danger point there. Swiftly in on Peter Housetrap. He's having a good match for Celtic. The long throw for Haitley. There's Nisbet. Now Johnston. Smaller at the post there. And still Rangers can't find a way through. John Collins with the head clearance. Here's Ferguson. Stevens supporting behind. Haitley again, that is turned away by Derek White. Celtic living very dangerously indeed. It was Haitley's prowess in the air which set up that opportunity a moment ago. Getting up so well and knotting it down. It was Nisbet who helped the ball towards Johnston. That's good goalkeeping by Bonner, protecting his near post. Haitley causing problems in the air. He's looking for this one also from Housetrap. Underneath the ball, there's Robertson. Gillespie's head up. Celtic once again under siege. Head in by Hallström. One that is committed. He's done well for Celtic. Now they have a chance in the break with Fulton. Coyne is breaking well. He's onside. It's a great chance now for Celtic. Coyne going in the goalkeeper. Brought down by Hallström. Outside the box. And Hallström may well be on the ball. Tommy Coyne with a clear opportunity. Caught from behind by Peter Hallström. In terms of the instructions now from FIFA, it looks as though Peter Hallström's involvement in the game may well be ended right here. The foul was just outside the box. Jim McCluskey explaining himself to him. Card, and that is certainly controversial. He clearly took the view there that Coyne was going away from goal and that Gary Stevens may well have been able to make a challenge. Well, Peter Hallström had the benefit of the doubt. Well, a question of interpretation. Tommy Coyne, I think, asking a question there of the referee. Peter Grant orchestrating. There's Fulton. Couldn't get it beyond the wall. White blocks it back in. And the first time off that effort came from John Collins on his weaker foot, the right. Well, a moment unquestionably of controversy here. That's a free kick, not really testing the Rangers' defence. But this was a half chance for John Collins, and the ball was swept across. First time in the volley with his right. Gary Stevens with a head clearance, straight to Fulton. That's for Rogan. That's a fine cross. Hallström trying to tidy up for Rangers. Good defensive work by Hallström. Celtic enjoying this spell of pressure, though. Anton Rogan doing extremely well with that cross from the left. This is Coyne. It was well read by Goff. McCall. Here's Haythlie, he's in the clear. It's a great chance for Rangers. Haythlie against Bonner. Brilliant play from Haythlie. Rangers take the lead. 35 minutes of the match gone. Ecstasy there for Haythlie. The first real error in defence by Celtic through the middle. One pass beat the Celtic defence. Gillespie misjudged it. White couldn't get there quickly enough. But just look at the composure of Haythlie here, going wide of Bonner to make certain. Well, this was finishing very high class. It was also an excellent pass from McCall. You see Gillespie trying to cut that out, realised he couldn't reach it, and that's what gave Haythlie the chance. On his left foot, going wide of the keeper, and deadly finishing to put Rangers ahead. So sheer bedlam on the terraces behind Andy Gordon from the Rangers supporters. All the noise coming from one end of the pitch. Gillespie looking up, trying to pick out the pass. Not finding that at all easy, though. The marking is so tight in the middle of the field. Here's Gillespie again. An easy one from Nisbet. There's Collins. Tackled well by Spackman. Call to Haythlie. There's Spackman. Now Hallström. Johnston calling for the ball on the deck. So too was Ian Ferguson. And that's spinning away there. And the referee has given a goal kick. Ian Ferguson clearly thought that it was the deflection. And I think this may give him some support. Hallström playing that across. And it was Rogan who came in with a challenge. White chooses to go it alone and use Rogan on the left now. Good play by Rogan. Keskinen couldn't get there, stopped by David Robertson. There's Fulton. Showing good close control. There's Rogan again. A great opportunity for Derek White. Holds his head there. He knows what a good chance that was in an Old Firm match. Beautifully set up by Fulton and then by Rogan. He kept the ball low. White took this first time and swept it just wide of the post. Well, great disappointment for Derek White. That would have been a great birthday present if he had scored with that one. Haythie's head flick. Johnston too remote to take advantage. And referee McCluskey brings the first half to an end. The first half full of action, full of controversy. First, in relation to Peter Halstra, who was booked when he might have nodded off, but it was Mark Hateley who separated the teams in 35 minutes, taking that long through pass from Stuart McCall, which was misjudged by Gillespie, outpacing the defence, going wide of the keeper, and scoring an excellent goal, which is the only difference between the sides at half-time. It's Celtic 0, Rangers 1. There will have been some earnest discussions, I've no doubt, in the Celtic dressing room in particular at half-time about the way to turn this match around, especially in view of the dominance which Rangers enjoyed for long spells in the middle of the field, where they deployed 4 players against Celtic's 3. Golf gets help from Spackman. A very composed start to the second half by Rangers. They've settled very quickly indeed. Spackman so busy in the middle of the field besides Stuart McCall. Hateley beaten by Gillespie that time. There's Grant. And now Rogan. Nicholas. Given no time there by Spackman. Rogan looking there for Cascarino through the middle. Didn't connect properly with the pass though. Certainly frustration among the Celtic supporters, and indeed signs of that on the pitch also. Well, in the director's box, David Murray, the Rangers chairman, with Sean Connery on the left of the picture. Andy Smith in front of the Rangers chairman, looking quite composed. Rangers remaining poised and disciplined and organised. White got there ahead of Hateley. There's McCall asking too much of Johnston. Retrieved by Gillespie. White playing it wide, looking for a run from Craney, but again the angle not quite right for the pass. So Derek White's pass, he offers the apology to Craney. It's played on well by Hateley for Johnston. Here's Hateley again, switching to his left foot. It's a second for Rangers. It's Mark Hateley once again. And Pat Bonner is utterly dejected. Well, the celebrations go on among the Rangers supporters. The goal came right out of the blue. Some great forward play involving Hateley initially with a head flick. Then Johnston with a return pass. There'll have been inquests here about how Hateley was allowed to get onto his better foot than left, and then Pat Bonner will undoubtedly believe he should have saved that. Well, this is the goal which may well put the game beyond Celtic. Fine play involving Hateley and Johnston, but allowing Hateley to go on his left foot is a problem with the Celtic defence, and Bonner clearly was slower than usual going down. Well, what a match for Hateley. His second goal of the match. A 2-goal cushion for Rangers. Rangers supporters scarcely believe the way the game is running. And another change made by Celtic. Mike Galloway has come on. And Steve Fulton is the player who has gone off. Well, Fulton unhappy to leave the field early. So that involves some reshaping of the Celtic midfield. Galloway's gone to the right, Grant still in the middle, and Collins has now switched to his more natural position on the left side of the midfield. No way through there for Craney, losing out to Spackman. Pass from Spackman, intended to find Johnston on the run. He had checked out, so there's no problem there for the Celtic defence. Head flick on there, the chance on now for Cascarino! Brilliantly saved by Conan. Well, that just about sums up Celtic afternoon so far. A combination of Cascarino and Craney causing the problem. Cascarino's head flick, Trainee's return on the volley. Cascarino hit that very well indeed. It was beautifully saved by Rowland. And there's David Robertson getting the better of Pat Bonner. Almost threw all of his own there in the left back position. Really enjoyed his opening goal for Rangers against Celtic Thistle midweek. Applauded by the Rangers fans. White to Gillespie. Chance on now for Cascarino on the run. The ball held up by Gary Stevens. Appeals for handball, denied by referee McCluskey. Another moment of controversy. Cascarino trying to break between two defenders. The ball certainly held up against the body of Gary Stevens. Referee decided no handball. Lisbon leaving it. Spackman made the clearance. Anton Rogan. Gorham is committed for the punch. Good play there by Spackman in defence. Allowing the ball to go behind for the goal kick. So this ball played in here towards Jerry Trainee. It punched away well by Gorham. Doesn't play there by Peter Grant. Taking up good position. Gillespie still on the field with one boot. He's left his right boot deep inside the Rangers half. Making no effort at the moment to go and get it either. Johnston to Haitley, a chance for the third now. This could settle it for Rangers. Fine save by Bonner. Well, Pat Bonner, who clearly was displeased with himself for the second goal, making amends here. Haitley going to his weaker side, the right. To steer that beyond the Celtic keeper, but Bonner did well. This time he's found Nicholas. This is promising for Celtic. Took up good position, set himself with a shooting chance. He'll be disappointed with the finish. Morris picked him out well for this. Nicholas normally so deadly from there. Celtic supporters leaving prematurely. They clearly don't think there's any real prospect of a recovery. That's an awkward one for Gorham. Well taken by the keeper. Well, Liam Brady continuing his bad run of first derby matches. He lost for the London derby, Arsenal against Spurs in his first occasion, and against Sampdoria against Genoa he lost for Sampdoria. He lost also for Inter Milan against AC Milan in his first match. And that run, sadly for him, continuing this afternoon. Getting his head to that. Trainee trying to help it forward. Here's Nicholas. Well tackled by Goff. Spackman not happy that Houstra had come inside there. There's Morris. And now Galloway. An awkward one for Gorham. Well, these are another fine match for Rangers. We're into injury time now. There's Houstra holding off Gillespie. Back with Spackman. Grant comes across to win the ball from Houstra. He wants possession again. That's for Cascarino, but Goff was there, directing the ball into an area he knew would be filled by David Robertson. A little bit of casualness there creeping into Robertson's play, allowing Morris to close him down. This is Nicholas. That's good play by Nicholas. Appear to be fouled by Spackman. Yes, the free kick's been given. Well, I think it's now a question of whether or not Celtic can earn a consolation goal. It's played in by Morris. One in the box by Goff. This is Collins. Stopped by Johnston in the end. Back helping in defence, and that's the last challenge of the match. Rangers are the winners. The goal-scoring hero is Mark Haitley. The goal in the first half after 35 minutes, so one of real quality, and then another good finish on the second half after an hour. So it's Haitley who's made the scoring difference, but Rangers excellent value for money. They won the match comfortably in the end. They ran out clear-cut winners in the second half, which they totally dominated. They controlled the pace of the game. They controlled every aspect of the match in that second period and left Celtic a well-beaten side. Haitley the goal-scoring hero, and Celtic 0, Rangers 2. Walter, the first Old Firm game of the season, did it go as you planned and expected?
I don't know whether they ever go as you plan them, Jock. Obviously when you win the match you can say that, but I felt that we defended well in the game when put under a bit of pressure by Celtic, and we managed to get up and get a couple of goals. So in that respect, yeah, the game's gone the way I would have hoped.
Mark Hateley, indeed one of the key players in the match. Apart from the fact that he scored goals, would you accept this is one of his better performances of Rangers overall?
Yeah, I think so. I think he's shown a great consistency of performance. Maybe the last 10 games of last season and nearly every match this season, his consistency of performance has been terrific. And I think that's just been the fact that he was out for about 18 months before he came to Rangers, and he had to play his way in. And as I say, in the latter part of last season and now for the whole of this season, he's been doing particularly well for us and getting goals now as well, which is important.
Was there a temptation to bring on Mykolichenko before the end?
Well, it was always going to be difficult to make a substitution when you're winning the game, and you don't want to change too much, and you don't want to throw a player in at a difficult time in the game when Celtic were doing most of the pressing. So I never really considered that one.
Well, you had 3 debutants in Old Firm matches: Gorham, Robertson and McCall. What did you think of their performances?
Yeah, Andy Gorham and Stuart McCall are experienced players. They've handled derby games in Edinburgh and in Liverpool before. They know what it's all about. David Robertson was getting his first taste, but he's got a benefit that he's came and played here with Aberdeen on a great number of occasions now, and I think that he handled it very well. I was pleased for every one of them today.
So a pleasant Saturday night for you.
A pleasant Saturday night, John.